Hello everyone, this is Pawfect and welcome to Stonehearth, now in Alpha 19, and welcome to my starter guide on how to start and play Stonehearth. So I've been playing this game a little bit recently and have been absolutely enjoying it. It's quite a fun little game. It's quite like Banished, where you have a settlement of various workers and you can give them different professions and they can become farmers or craftsmen or warriors, and slowly you need to build up your population and build up your town. So this is going to be my starter guide on the different mechanics of Stonehearth, so hopefully you can get something out of it. But let's get started right away. So I'm going to play on the Ascendancy. So there's two factions in Stonehearth. There's the Ascendancy, which are suited to playing in the forest, and then there's Rhea's Children, which is suitable to play in the desert. But I like the forest, it looks nicer, and we're going to play in Temperament. So we're not going to play in the desert, we're going to play in Temperate, I should say. And for this playthrough, I'm going to play on Normal. Now you can change. If you notice the background change to play on Peaceful if you don't want to be attacked, but I like the mechanics and I'm going to play on Normal. I might make a hard series in the future, but at the moment I'm just going to play on Normal to show this game. So these are the workers that we're going to be getting. There's three different stats that they start with. There is Mind, which basically is how quickly they learn skills and how quickly they level up. There's Body, which is how much health, stamina, how quickly they move, and Spirit, which affects their courage. So for warriors, do they run away, and then also for clerics, how much they heal, and then also for your shepherds, how much. I'm not specifically sure how it works with shepherds. I know it helps them grow animals, I believe. And so we're going to start with 7 workers, and you can randomize to get new ones, and what I want to try to start with is someone that has 6. Get someone that has 6 body, and then like this guy here, and then maybe 6 spirit. So these two are probably good, and then everyone else is probably going to be workers, so they're not going to matter too much. And I don't really care too much about the mind skill just at this stage. And then once you've selected your workers, so we're going to have Fiona, Chell, Baxter, Amalia, Mika, Jeff, and Ward. You start with 150 gold. You can either just embark straight away and you keep that 150 gold, or you can buy some food, you can buy a herbalist staff, a weaver's spindle, wooden sword, farmer's hoe, or trapper's knife. So these items here, trapper's knife down to herbalist staff, these are items you give to your workers to let them learn a profession. So they can become a trapper or a farmer or a warrior or a weaver or a herbalist. Now I'm going to start with the trapper's knife, and the reason why I'm going to choose the trapper's knife, even as it's the most expensive, is all of these items here you can actually create relatively early in the game, whereas the trapper's knife you can't create until later, and with a trapper enables you to get leather, which is a resource that I want relatively early. So I'm going to choose the trapper's knife and we're going to embark. And now we get to pick what seed and what world we want to play on. And what I like to choose is somewhere there's a bit of an alcove next to a mountain and hopefully close to water. So something like this location near water, or here, maybe over here as well. So as you can see on the right hand side, it tells you the resources at different spots. So closest to a mountain you get more minerals, out in the open you get more wildlife, and obviously the trees are these green dots which you can see. So I'm thinking probably over here is where we might start, or maybe just here, because I want to be close to a mountain so we can do some mining, but I also want to be close-ish to water and trees and plants as well. So I'm thinking maybe we'll start right there. That looks like a good place to start. And as you can see, that was my world seed. If you want to join me on my seed. Okay, so this is our starting location, so it's worth having a bit of a look. So what I'm looking for here mostly is these berry bushes, these flowers which are herbs, spindleweed, and some of those resources that are nearby. So it looks like we've got a few over there, and a small amount over here, and some more over this way. Okay, so I'm thinking we could either settle over here, or we could settle up here. Now, the reason why I'm interested in these resources, there's a little bit of a, that's interesting, that little spot there, is these are really good early game to help you get started. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to settle over here, and this will be our main base location. So we're going to settle right, maybe a little bit towards the front. Actually, right in the middle. Let's go right there. And I'm going to call it Pawfectington. It's the name of our town. And now, if you press 1, you pause, and let's just have a quick look around. So here are our settlers now. So we've got, they're all workers at the moment. Now I'll quickly run through the menus. So the town information tells you how much food you've got, what the morale of your workers is, and the net worth. Net worth is effectively how many items and how many buildings you've got. And there's our military strength. Up here, the top is how many workers we've got, how many craftsmen we've got, and how many warriors we've got, or how much people working in our army or military. Got an inventory, so this is what items we've got. So we've got a carpenter saw, a trapper's knife, some wood, fire pit, and a camp standard, and a journal with no entries yet. And then here is a menu that shows you your workers. At the moment, they're all just workers, as you can see there. And you can check for more info, and it tells you their health, their morale, what items they've got. So they've got a worker's outfit and a worker's hammer with +4 attack. What their abilities are. Now, workers don't have any abilities. The attributes, which are linked to mind, body, and spirit, as you can see through here. The morale. So basically the different types of food, and good food gives them more food morale. Shelter is basically giving them a bed to sleep in and a house. And safety is not being attacked by monsters all the time. And then backpack, this is what items the particular character has on them at any one time. So you can make them haul, build, mine, or do their job. So worker's job is to build. Okay, so what I'm going to do to start with, I do want a trapper. And I want a trapper that's about average with everything. So maybe Jeff, you can be our trapper. So you just go to change jobs and select trapper. So these are all the different professions you can get. At the moment, we've only got a carpenter saw and a trapper. So we can only make a carpenter and a trapper. So I'm going to make Jeff a trapper. And now Jeff will go all over and pick up that trapper's knife and become a trapper. So over here is your harvest menu. So you can harvest mine. You can mine a particular block. We're going to chop down all these trees in this area right here. And as you can see, little axes appear on top of the trees, which tell you that they will be starting to chop that down. Now here is where you can create zones. So we're going to need a stockpile to begin with, and we're just going to stockpile it right in the middle, and I'm going to make the largest spot there. And for the moment, I'm just going to have everything stockpile there. Build and design, so you can actually build buildings through here. There are some pre-made templates that come with the game, or you can design your own buildings, which I'll get to later. And this is where you place items. We don't have any items yet, so I won't be able to do that. But what I will do is I'll place a ladder here. So to get a ladder, you go down the bottom and you go all the way to the top. And then they can go from that level all the way down here. And I want another ladder. I might make 2 ladders actually. To there, and then another ladder to the top. So there. Because I want them to be able to pick up these and bring these back. So someone will chop down these, and others will start picking up placing these ladders, as you can see. So we can go all the way from this top layer all the way down here. So this is the crafting menu. I'll get to that when we create some crafters, and your warrior defense level. We don't have any warriors yet. And then obviously some bulletins and notifications. So let's just get started now. So I'm going to put the speed on normal, and as you can see, all our workers are going to chop down the trees, and oak logs are falling from the trees, and they'll start putting them in the stockpile. while they're doing that, someone over here is starting to build our ladders, and hopefully Jeff, where's Jeff? Are you picking up? Where's our trapper's knife? So hopefully Jeff soon will pick up that trapper's knife and he'll become a trapper. I just don't know where our trapper's knife's gone. Do we still have it? Inventory. We should still have it somewhere. So eventually he'll go and pick up our trapper's knife. That's it there. And he'll become a trapper. Now these items here, berry bushes, wild silkweed, and wild bright bell, give you items that are quite useful, especially in the early game. But what you can do, because these resources grow back over time, you can actually pick them up and bring them back to your base. Now this is a really useful thing to do in the early game, because it enables you to get resources really quickly, and it's worthwhile bringing them back to your base, so that way you don't have to harvest the resources every single time by running miles away from your base. So I do recommend bring them back to your base, which will take a fair bit of time, but in your day one, this is probably the best thing to do. So we're going to collect all those berry bushes, and we're going to collect some silkweed. So I'm just going to spend a little bit of time collecting these. Now, berry bushes give you food, which we need to feed our workers. Spindleweed gives us silk, which we can use to make cloth. And wild bright bells give us herbs, which you can make tonics, which heal your warriors. And then after a while, they can be upgraded to become clerics. So they're the main ones. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to quickly pause the video, and I'm going to spend a little bit of time just collecting some items and bringing them back to our base. And while I was doing that, a Grizzled Traveler approached. So I'll just show you what happens then. So it just celebrated Embarkation Day, eh? Buck up, you look like you'll really benefit from something tasty. How about I give you basket turnips and rabbit jerky? That would be lovely. Thank you very much. Mer Burly Hands. So I think now our Jeff has become a trapper, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to set a trapping zone up for him, and I think this whole layer down here we're going to create as a trapping zone. So that'll give us food and also leather. So let's just make a fair bit of this area to be his trapping zone, and he'll once you've made it in trapping zone, he'll start laying out traps for fun little furry animals to come along, and they'll just start appearing, and you'll be able to collect their jerky. Oops, I need to hold this. Their jerky, and then also some leather. And then we might have another zone just over here. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly just do a little bit more off camera and just collect a few more plants and herbs, and then I'll be right back. And we're back. So I think with that we've got quite a few things coming along, and that should be more than enough, not just to get us started, but to going for quite a long time. So now what you can do is you can go back to harvest, and you can use harvest on these bushes as well, and you'll start to harvest the berry bushes, the silkweed, and the the bright bell. Okay, so while they're doing that, I'm going to choose someone to become a carpenter, and carpenter is another one of those things that one of our more average people I'll choose to be a carpenter. So I think Amelia, you're going to become our carpenter. So we can't make the trapper now because the other worker stole the trapper's knife, and we don't have any more. But we're going to make Amelia a carpenter now. So she'll come along, pick up that carpenter's saw, and then become a carpenter. And everyone else is going to be going along, picking up all the remaining items and bringing them back home, and then hopefully harvesting them as well. So as you can see, we're starting to get little animals trapped, just like that. So that's trapped now. So Jeff will come along at some point, check the traps, and we'll be collecting the food. And people have already started picking the baskets of berries, as you can see there. Now hopefully they'll bring them back to our stockpile at some point. But I think it is worth on day one just collecting the resources around you and bringing them back to your base, because that'll then, all you'll have to do is keep harvesting just from this location rather than having to run away all the way over to these locations to collect it each time. It makes it much more efficient. You can probably wonder why I didn't just build my base over here in the first place. It's because I like to be located close to a mountain so we can get stone, and as you can see over here there's iron, some more iron over there, and there's some coal. So I want to be close to a mountain because that's where lots of resources are, which we're not going to use too early, but we will use them throughout the game. And it's becoming night time now, so they're probably going to want to have food soon, I think. Okay, do we have our carpenter now? Yep, so she's now the carpenter. So if we go to the carpenter's menu, this is all the crafting that we can do. Now at the moment we need a carpenter's workbench in order to create anything. So I'm going to choose craft 1 right now, and as you can see it goes up to the crafting queue over there, and it's in the orders. So she should be going over to the wood, picking up some wood. Obviously these guys lit the fire pit. So you are carpenter? Yep. So the carpenter should pick up some wood and then make that into a crafting bench, which he is there now. And then now that we've got a crafting bench, we can go to build and design and place it down. And I'm just going to put it just here for the moment. We'll start making houses and things a little bit later, but I just want to get this started first. So now she'll pick up her crafting bench and put that down there. And now that that's done, I think we're going to craft 7 beds for our people, because at the moment they don't have any beds. And so she'll come along, she'll pick up the pine logs or the oak logs and start crafting that on the crafting table. And as you can see, we're starting to collect these resources. So I think now that these have been picked up, we should have some edibles, which we do. We're up to 26 edibles now. And our morale's gone up slightly because they're feeling safe, but the shelter's gone, shelter's about the same, and food's gone down. So I think they need a little bit more food. Now the other thing what we're going to do next from the carpenter is we're going to need to practice a wooden sword soon, because we are going to need a warrior soon. But the carpenter needs to be level 1. So the carpenter levels up just by creating things. And if we go to Amelia and we go to... No, we don't want to change jobs. She just leveled up just then. I'll show you that in a sec. So what I'm going to do is, rather than just go craft 1 now, I'm going to say maintain 1 in inventory. So that as soon as I get someone to pick up a weaver's spindle, Amelia will come in and create another one. So I think the items that you give to people are definitely worth having maintain as 1, and that stays up there as equals 1, and they keep building them until they run out. So I'm going to quickly do that on all of these, because I want Amelia to make these as soon as they're available, and then we'll be able to have more people with different jobs. I'm also going to queue up this, but this is just craft 1 when she's level 2. And then after she's built all those, I want to keep her leveling up. So we'll have maintain a shield as well. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make her build some dining tables. And we might be able to sell those. Just so that she can level up, but hopefully she'll be able to sell some of those as well when traveling merchants come. Now it looks like everyone's gone and collected pretty much all the items we asked for, so I think what we're going to do next is we're going to chop down all these trees in this area as well and pick up all these, just to keep getting a bit more wood. And then once she's made a sword, I'm going to make a warrior, because now it's night time. There's a decent chance that someone's going to attack soon, and our trapper just leveled up to level 1. So it looks like there's still a couple more things coming back. Yep, you two are picking up the last of the herbs. I like to have a bit of a balance of everything, and it looks like, what are they doing? They're placing items back there now. And I think that was our sword. No, that was the shield. Maybe there's already a sword there somewhere. Do you see a sword? There we go, there's the sword just there. So now what we're going to do is we want to find someone with high body, which is probably going to be you, Fiona, and you're going to become a warrior. So she dropped the item that she got, and she's going to run straight into town and become a warrior. So we've got our carpenter going, making things away like that. Now if I go to Amalia, actually I need to do it from this menu, and I go to more info, you can see her experience leveling up. So as she makes items, she'll get more experience, and then she'll level up to level 2. So we'll just check that now. She's at 199 experience, and she just leveled up. So she got about, might have been about 15 experience there. And now she's level 2 and can make the next level of items. So as you can see, the reason why I didn't want to make, didn't want to buy a weaver's spindle, a sword, a hoe, or a herbalist staff is you can make them all quite early in the game. And we've got all the materials to make them as well, whereas the trapper's knife we can't make. Okay, so the first day is done. So the daily update, we're 1 food away. Our morale is high enough and our network is high enough. So if you achieve all these outcomes here, you'll get an extra worker. So we're very much low on the net worth, but our food and morale is going okay. And we just need 1 more food, which we should be able to get by tomorrow, and we should get an extra worker tomorrow. So just quickly, what I'm going to do with our warrior, while there's no enemies around, I'm going to turn off patrolling, so that way they still pick up things and help us collect items, rather than just running around patrolling without actually doing anything else. And I'm going to build a house. Because our net worth's low, I want to get that up. So let's build a dining hall in one of the preset buildings. And I'm just going to place it down near where this food location is, and we're going to chuck it right, actually we might put it just there, facing, actually let's face it down, we'll put it right there. And that's a preset building. If I go build, yes, start building, now the workers will start building that building. So they'll get rid of all the dirt, they'll replace it with wood, and they'll start building it. The other good thing about the building menu is if I go now to our carpenter and check what the carpenter's building, all the items that were required to be placed within the dining hall now automatically go into their list, which is quite handy. So you don't have to worry about going, oh, how many of these lands did I need, how many tables did I need. It just automatically does that, and the carpenter will help make all those items. So they've cleared out that section now, and they're going to pick up the wood that they need, and they're going to start building this little house. And while that's happening, we want to keep collecting the resources from here, and that one as well. What are you doing? Why aren't you doing anything? Oh, because you need to pick things up. So because our footman's not doing anything, they might as well go back to patrolling. As you can see, she's walking around yawning. Nope, she just wants a bit of rest. Looks like they're all sleepy. So I probably forgot, but let's place all our beds now. So I should have done that earlier, and I think for the start they're just going to have to learn to sleep outside. We'll create houses for them soon, and while we're there we might even grab this workshop and put that down as well. Okay, so our trapper's still going along collecting the food. How much food are we up to now? So we're over 52 food now, so we've got plenty of food to get an extra worker. Our military strength's got up because we've got a warrior now, and our net worth's going up to 190 because our building's coming along nicely, which is adding a lot of net worth to the town. And they're all waking up now. So I don't want to upgrade these guys just yet to other professions, because at the moment I think we're going reasonably well with food, just with the trapper and our berry bushes. We've got our warrior for protection, and we've got our carpenter doing a good job building the things we need to. So I think we want to keep our workers, because only workers can build, and we want to get our net worth up. So the more builders we have, the quicker we'll be able to build our dining hall. They're obviously all hungry now, so they should be grabbing all our food. So in theory our food supply should be going down, which it is. And once they've had their food, they should go back to placing all these items and rebuilding up our little dining hall. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm just going to quickly speed this up because they are taking a little bit of time now. You can just hit the 3 key or just click down here. And hopefully they all wake up soon. Our warrior's patrolling around, or soldier I should say, footman. Footman's the one. And these guys should go back to building. So the main things I want at the moment, I want to get our net worth up so we can get an extra worker. I want to keep leveling up our carpenter so that she can build new things. And I want to keep collecting more food because we need to be able to get that 50 by tomorrow, which we should be able to get with these items here and our trapper going along nicely. And we also need to get our net worth up to 500, which building this building is giving us a lot of net worth. So our carpenter is helping us with building the dining tables and things that need to go inside it. And as you can see, they've already placed 4 dining tables inside, and that's where all the chairs will be going. And it's really boosting our net worth quite quickly. So the good thing about creating these preset ones is they go around and build up all this scaffolding themselves. So they know how they want to build it, and they can just build up. You don't have to manually watch them or tell them where to go, what to build when. They even build ladders so they can get up there. And it's quite a handy little thing. So that's coming along nicely. Our carpenter's building lots of things. I think it might be time to maybe make just a new profession. Actually, maybe I'll leave that for the next episode. So I think we'll finish this house, and that might do for this introduction episode. So they're still building, placing those chairs. I think there's still the roof to go, so they're building the roof. It's now night time now. Our carpenters hit level 3, so they've got inspiration, so they can build higher quality items, and max health went up by 10. They're still building our little house or a little dining hall. Our trapper's still going to work. And how much edibles? We're down to 34, so hopefully now that all these berry bushes have grown back, we'll be able to collect those berry bushes and we'll push our edibles over 50. How are they going? So we haven't been attacked yet, which is a bit strange. I normally play on hard, and I thought you would have been attacked by now, but we haven't. So we need to get them to collect these. But they're nearly finished with the building. I think they just have to finish the roof. And then they'll go take all the scaffolding down. They're finished with all the chairs. I think there's a few lanterns and things they have to put on the front. And then that should be done. But it looks like some of them are sleeping as well. And then hopefully they can collect all these items over here. As you can see, at least they've got beds to sleep in now, even though they are sleeping under the stars. Come on guys, only a little bit to go. I just want to finish this up and that'll probably be the first episode. Okay, the roof's done now. You can see they're taking the scaffolding down. Although this ladder looks a bit out of place, so I'll have to probably delete. Oh no, they can still collect that, which is good. This is in alpha, so there are a few bugs still left in the game, but they are working to resolve those. As you can see, all the scaffolding's coming down now. The ladders are coming down. They're placing the door, they're placing the lanterns, and what's our net worth at? 499. So hopefully after they've just done that extra little bit, we should just tick that over to 500. And I think the help with that is if we keep making our... Let's make some more tables, I think. If we keep making tables, that'll increase our net worth as well. So let's keep grabbing those. We've got a little bit of time left. We've just ticked over our net worth, so hopefully our edibles will tick over as well. We start to harvest. There's 50 now. So did we get enough for the daily update? Yes. Oh, our net worth is just shy. Okay, so maybe tomorrow we'll get the extra person. Anyway, I think that'll do for this starting episode. I do hope you learnt something out of it, and welcome to Stonehearth. If you did, please remember to like, and I will see you all in the next episode. Thanks guys, see you later, bye.